Okay, so we're going through the practice test here. We'll go through the multiple choice first. So question 1 says, in the expression 5a plus 2b plus a squared plus 7a, the coefficient of a is, so we have to look at which ones are our a's. This has an a in it, this one has an a in it, and this one has an a in it. The only one though that is just an a by itself is this one. So that means our coefficient is E7. Question 2, which of the following expression does not contain a constant term? Remember, a constant term is a number by itself. Okay, this one's a little bit tricky because what you actually have to do is you have to simplify the expressions before you can find your answer. So 5x plus 8, okay, that does contain a constant term, definitely, because we can't simplify it any further. All right. This one, 9 minus 2y, that does contain a constant term, definitely, because once again, we can't simplify it further. It's the same with C. We can't simplify this any further, and it's got the 9 there, which means it does contain a constant term. Here we need to use the distributive law. Okay, so we end up with 6x, take away 6. All right, once again, it contains a constant term. All right. This one must be our answer, E, and we'll prove it by expanding it. So 3x times y is 3xy plus 3x times 2, which makes 6x. Okay, and that does not contain a constant term. So E is the answer for that question. Question 3 says, if x is an even number between 1 and 10, which of these statements is false? X plus 1 must be odd. X plus 2 must be even. Okay, that is correct. If x is an even number and we add 2, the number will remain even. 3 times x could be odd. 3 times a even number, well, let's say 3 times 2 equals 6, 3 times 4 equals 12, 3 times 6 equals 18, 3 times 8 equals 24. So I don't know if that one's going to be correct, but we will come back to that. Just going back to A, sorry, x plus 1 must be odd. That is true. Okay, because if we have any of these numbers and we add 1 to them, they all become odd. X plus 3 could be greater than 10. X plus 3 could be greater than 10. Well, that's true, because if we add x to 8, it will be greater than 10. X must be smaller than 2x. X must be smaller than 2x. So if I have, yeah, that's true, okay, because it's always going to be smaller than itself multiplied by 2, okay, which leaves us with this one. 3x could be odd. Well, we've proved it there. That can't be correct. So C is our answer. Question 4. A number is substituted for a in the expression 7 plus a, and the result is 16. What will the value of a be? All right, well, what number do you need to add to 7 to make 16? And the answer to that is 9. Okay, and here you could easily just guess and check if you're not sure. So you could go 7 plus this one, plus this one, plus this one, until we found our correct answer to find the solution. Question 5. Which of these following expressions can be simplified further by adding like terms? So here we need to try to find like terms. None of those are like terms. In this one, 5AB and BA are like terms. Remember, if you've got A and B, so let's say apples and bananas, it's the same as bananas and apples. All right, so here I could effectively take away 1BA from 5AB, and that would give me 4AB plus 3B. My answer there is B. A divided by 2 plus 5 times B can be written as, so we're dividing A by 2 and then we're adding 5 times B. All right, let's have a look at our options. So in this one, we're multiplying, and remember, order of operations says that we need to do these two and then add them together. Okay, these two and then add them together. All right, so if we have a look, if we have any B's on top of the vinculum, it's not going to be correct. Okay, so we can get rid of those first. Then we also need to make sure we multiply B by 5. So we're looking for a 5B. That's incorrect. Even though we're multiplying by 5, you're multiplying the fraction by 5 as well. It's not 5A, it's 5B, which leaves us with C. That's exactly what it says. It says A divided by 2 plus 5 times B. Okay, so C is our answer. Question 7. The simplified form of 4xz divided by 6yz. Alright, so here we can do some cancelling. Alright, so firstly, we can cancel our letters. So if we have a letter that's on the top and on the bottom, we can cancel them out. So we can get rid of the x's, okay, but then we're left with 4z and 6y. But we can also simplify our fraction. We can divide 4 and 6 share a factor of 2, so we can divide them both by 2. 2 goes into 4 2 times, and 2 goes into 6 3 times. So this is the answer that we're looking for, and it is A. That's our answer. Question 8. Which expression is not equivalent to the area of the rectangle below? So area is length times width. Okay, so we're looking for something that will be 4 times x plus 3, which is one of them. Okay, so it's definitely not that one. If we expand these brackets, okay, we get 4x plus 12. That's A, so it's not going to be that one. And now we can go through and we can start looking at the other ones to see if these expressions are going to be equivalent. So here, let's start with D. We get 3x plus 12 minus x, which gives us 2x plus 12. All right, well, that one doesn't look equivalent. We'll just check the other ones. So here, if we add the 7 and the 5 together, we get 12, so it's not that one. And here we've got 7x, take away 3x, gives us 4x, and then plus 8 and plus 4, which gives us 12. So that means that D is our answer for that one. It's not equivalent. Okay, question 9. Which expression does not expand to 12a plus 36b? All right, so we have to multiply everything inside these brackets by 2. So we end up with 12b plus 36a. I think that's our answer, straight up. So 12b, yep, because they're looking for 36b, and 12a, and this one's the other way around. We've got 12 bananas here, 36 apples here, compared to 12 apples and 36 bananas. So this one, question 8, is our answer. Question 10, which of these expressions represents the total cost in dollars of hiring a plumber for 4 hours if the plumber charges a $50 call-out fee and then X dollars per hour? All right, so if someone's charging a $50 call-out fee, that means that you pay it once, okay? So just to get them there to your house, it costs you $50. Then it's going to cost you a further hourly rate, which is X dollars per hour. In this instance, they've hired them for 4 hours, okay? So we're going to be looking for an expression that is equivalent to that. Which of these expressions represents the total cost in dollars of hiring? So let's have a look. Well, we've got it right here. 4x plus 50. It's just the other way around. Remember, it doesn't matter what order it comes in, okay? And the reason being is that order of operations will make you do this part of the expression first. Okay. Likewise, it's the same case in this one. So let's have a look at the short answer. Question 1 says, write an expression for each of the following without using multiplication or division signs. So the first one here says 5 more than double A. Well, we know that double A is going to be 2A, and 5 more than that is going to be adding 5 to it. All right, so that's the first one. The second one, B is divided by C and then subtracted from 3. B is divided by C and then it is subtracted from 3. So B is divided by C, okay, and then it is subtracted by 3. So that means that we need to do 3 minus B divided by C. And the 3 has to go at the front because if it said B is divided by C and then 3 is subtracted, it would be on the other side. But because it is then subtracted from 3, it goes on that side. Okay? Question 2, if x equals 4 and y equals 7, find the value of the following expressions. So here we can just rewrite it. So 12 divided by 4 plus 7. 4 goes into 12 3 times. So that means our answer there is 10. Here, 3 times 4 to the power of 2, take away 5 times 7. So we have to do the indices first. All right, so that's this. Okay, so 4 times 4 is 16. Three times 16 is 48. I'm just going to do it up here. And 5 times 7 is obviously 35. So my answer is going to be 13. All right, here we have the square root of x times y. And x times y is 4 times 7 plus 9 times 4. So 4 7s are 28. 9 4s are 36. Add the two together. 64. What number do you multiply by itself to make 64? The answer to that is 8. 8 times 8 equals 64. So our answer there is 8. Simplify the following by collecting the like terms. Okay, so here I'm just going to collect my like type terms first. So I've got m's there, and then I've got constant terms here. Alright, so if I have 7m and minus 4m and I put them together, I end up with 3m. Then I've got plus 8 and plus 6, which leaves them with plus 14. This one, let's collect the e's. There are 2 e's and 4e, and take away 1e, I'm left with 3e. Alright, then I've got 2 f's. I've got a negative 2f and a plus 8f. So if I put them together, I end up with plus 6f. And then finally, I've got one constant term, which is take 9, and that stays the same. With the next one, let's look for more s's, which I have. So 3s minus 2s, that's going to leave me with 1s. Then I've got an ST, which is the same as a TS, because it's just, it doesn't matter what order they come in. It's just, you know, as long as they're the same variables, it's fine. So here I've got +9 and +4, so that's going to leave me with, sorry, -5. That's going to leave me with +4 ST, and then I'm left with my +6T. Write the following expressions without using multiplication or division signs. Simplify your answer if possible. Okay, let's have a look. So here I multiply what I can together. I can multiply 3 and 6, and 3 times 6 is going to equal 18. And then I just put in my variables. So I've got an A, a B, a C, and a D. Alright, so that one's pretty easy. This one here, I put them over a vinculum. And I can simplify here because y's can be cancelled. And then 24 and 8 share the same factor of 4. So that means I'm left with 2x over 6. And in fact, I can still divide it more because they share the same factor of 2. I'm left with x over 3. That's my answer. Use the distributive law to expand the following. So remember, when we use the distributive law, we multiply everything on the inside by what is on the outside. So 5 times m is 5m. I keep my operation. And then 5 times 3 is 15n. Here, 4p times 7, well, 4 times 7 is 28. And I keep the p. I keep the operation. 4 times 2 is 8. I keep the p, and I keep the q. Okay, so that's my answer there. All right. All right, let's have a look at the problem solving. Consider the rectangle shown below. Write a simplified expression for the perimeter of the rectangle. So, perimeter, we have to add all the sides up. So if I was to write what it would be A plus 4 plus B, then plus A again, then plus 4 again, then plus B again. Okay? So if I simplify this by collecting my like terms, I've got 1, 2 A's. Alright. Then I have 1, 2 B's. And then I have 2 4's. Okay, so that is my simplified expression for the perimeter of the rectangle. Find the perimeter of the rectangle if A equals 6 and B equals 10. Well, here that's pretty easy. We just substitute. Okay, so 2 times 6 equals 12, plus 2 times 10 equals 20, and then the 8 stays the same. So my answer there is going to be 40 is my perimeter. Write 2 equivalent expressions for the area of the rectangle, only one of which includes brackets. So here I need to write some equivalent expressions. So here is my expression, okay, 2a plus 2b plus 8, okay, and I need to write 2 equivalent expressions for the area. Now, the area is different to this because this is the perimeter. Right, that's really important to remember. And our area is going to be length times width. So that means it's going to be A times 4 plus B. Okay, it's really important here that you don't use the multiplication symbol, because here your correct answer, or one of them for half a mark, would be this: A bracket 4 plus B. then what you need to do is you need to use the distributive law. That's our first expression, okay? Our equivalent expression is going to be after we use the distributive law. So A times 4 equals 4A, and then A times B equals AB. All right? That is our second equivalent expression, and those two will get you full marks. All right, third question. Find the area of the rectangle if A equals 3 and B equals 5. So here we can just use one of these expressions and substitute. So I'm going to use the top one, which is 3, 4 plus B, which is 5. Okay, I add those two together, and I get 3 times 9, and 3 times 9 is 27, which is my answer. C, the length and the width of the rectangle are now doubled. The length and the width of the rectangle are now doubled. Draw the new rectangle showing its dimensions using pronumerals, using the pronumerals A and B. So draw my rectangle. It looks something like this. So I'd have 2A here, and I would have 8 there, and then I would have 2B there. Write a simplified expression for the area of the new rectangle. Alright, so what they want you to do here, because we know that it's 2A, 8 plus 2B, they want you to simplify this by using the distributive law, okay, and to give us our answer. So 2 times 8 is 16A, plus 2 times 2, which is 4AB, okay, and that would be the answer. Question 2. Sally is planning a party for her birthday and needs to hire a venue and organise catering. A company called Complete Celebration combines the cost of venue hire and catering for $8 per person. Alternatively, Sally can hire out a hall with perfect parties for $48, and that company will provide catering at a cost of $5. Write an expression for the total cost in dollars for N people with complete celebrations. Okay, so complete celebrations is the first one. So it's going to be 8N, all right? 8N will equal how much it's going to cost because it's $8 per person and you multiply it by the number of people that you have. So that one is relatively simple. Here it says complete the following table for the total cost in dollars with complete celebrations. So if I have 10 people, it's going to cost 80. 12 people, it's going to cost 96. 14 people, it's going to cost 112. For 16 people, it's going to cost 128. 18, 144. And for 20, 160. So all you're doing there is multiplying each of those numbers on the top by 8. Write an expression for the total cost for N people with perfect parties. Okay, so here your expression is going to be a little bit different because it costs $48 and then it costs $5 per person. So it's going to cost you $5 per person, which is 5N, and then you need to add your $48. Okay? So here when it asks us to complete the table, we need to factor in that $48. So for the top one, we go 10 times 5, which is 50, all right, plus the 48, which equals 98, all right. For the next one, is 12 times 5, which is 60, plus the 48, which is 108. For the next one, it's 70 plus 48, which is 118. So here we can see a pattern. It's now going up by 10 each time. It's going to be 128 there, 138 there, and 148 there. Okay. When do the two companies charge the same amount? So we have to compare tables now. They charge the same amount at 16 people. So at 16 people, they charge 100. Oops. They charge $128. When is it cheaper for Sally to use Complete Celebrations? Well, if she has under 16 people, it is cheaper. When is it cheaper for Sally to use Perfect Parties? As soon as she goes over 16 guests. Alright, and that's your answer.